Thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs. Today, I'm going to put together one of the Sternguard veterans in the new Leviathan launch box. So we're going to use this guy as an example. So if you're new to the game, want some extra watching on how to put these guys together, this is a video for you. So let's go ahead and get started on putting this guy together. Go Sternguards. To get started, I have my metal baking sheet. And why will make sense if you ever drop a piece. That way it'll stay in the pan. But plastic likes to bounce off metal a lot more. But we're going to open up our instructional guide here, and we're going to clip our little pieces over the instructional guide. This will dampen the plastic when it falls in case you lose control of it. When you look for a piece in the carpet, you'll understand. So first thing I'm going to do when I do my Sternguards, they get the 32mm. So let's just make sure. Yep, that's 32. Alright, now that we have what's going to be our base, let's go ahead and I'm going to do the whole squad, but let's pick one guy to do it oneself. So let's look for this guy. And so you'll see all the little numbers around here. Where's number 23? There he is. And so I'm going to take my clippers, extra sharp German made, and we're going to back the flat edge of the clippers to the model. Sometimes you're going to have to flip the sprue around to get the blade in the right spot. There we go. Nice and flush. Once we have that, what we're going to do is take the piece, we're going to set it on the instructions right there, and then move on to the next piece until all the ones of the guy we're working on are laid out. Now you can see I have all the pieces laid out, so even though it's a Sternguard, this is one of the more simple push bit builds. So it's going to be easy to do. Now I've got them clipped out. You don't have to do this next part if you don't want to, but I like to. I take an X-Acto blade, and where I separate it from the frame, I just like to smooth it down by chipping away. Especially at the ends of these nubs right here. This might prevent you from sliding it in all the way, since it's got to fit into the adapter piece, the catch. Okay, and if that's not good enough, well, all those little sprue gate pieces are those little nubs, they're all connected by a thin little line, some old line. So we'll go ahead and I'll use my metal file I bought at Lowe's years ago, and we'll go ahead and smooth this down. Now we'll set it right back on spot. We'll pick up the next piece and move on. So now we got everything cleaned. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start off with the rear of the Sternguard veteran, and I'm just going to dry fit him in there. Now I want the head in there, and so I'm going to get my plastic glue. I like plastic glue because it starts sticking right away, but you have longer to break it apart. Where super glue stays malleable until it's not. Alright, that's how you want to do it. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, you don't have to use glue, I just prefer it. Just feel better if it's glued down. Should probably have put a little glue down here. Something's caught. There we go. Alright. Now I'm going to start feeding this in.
sense of how that goes. So you put always. I know you don't always see me do it, but dry fit. Sometimes I just get in a rush, and when you get in a rush, bad things happen. All right, so we got the little arm on. All right, and don't always put, when you use glue, don't always put it in the pinhole, because like I said, that takes up the volume in there. If it doesn't have anything where to go, it becomes nearly impossible to squeeze in. So we're going to do right there. And there. I can see these will probably go into like one of the Barnes & Noble quick game. They sell there exclusively. Alright, so make sure that's pushed in. Squirt right there. Alright, now let's see. It wants to go here. Alright. And there we go. All put together. So you can see these guys come together really well. See, you don't have to clean off the mold lines or the sprue gates. Maybe around the pins and the armpits that go into the shoulder. But don't have to. These guys come together really fast. So I'm going to finish up the rest of them. And to you out there, this is Miniature Wargaming Labs. And we'll see you next time.